It's dawn in the rainforest, and high in the treetops some of Tambopata's most curious residents begin to stir. A family of sluggish red howler monkeys await the intensity of the morning sun, ready for the first meal of the day. Young leaves are their favoured foods and can account for up to 80% of their diet. However, leaves contain precious little energy, and so the family must spend a lot of time eating them. Whilst the adults rest and snack, the youngsters get to grips with living 40 metres from the forest floor. The howlers are unique among primates. Most monkey species are recognized for their human-like social skills and noisy chattering nature, but these monkeys are able to take vocalizations to the extreme. The structure that we can see on this female's neck is the adaptation that allows them to do so. As howlers are so abundant in this forest, they regularly dispute territorial boundaries with other groups. Today is like most others, and another group is verging on the family's territory. The intrusion hasn't gone unnoticed, and they rush for a better position in the treetops. And not a moment too late, the greedy intruders realise that the family is coming for them. The family is outmatched. The alpha male of the intruding group is huge, his voice booms deepest and loudest, and the family is forced to leave. Howler monkeys, like most other creatures that reside in the treetops, live in a multi-dimensional space less known to science than the surface of the moon. The howler monkeys have the loudest voices of all the land mammals, but there are other creatures here that are equally conspicuous.
Unlike the leaf-cutter ants beneath their feet, the Mates people have never relied on gardening. Instead, they gather plants and hunt. One of nearly 200 native tribes still living in the Amazon, their first contact with the outside world was as recent as the 1970s. Since then, an estimated third of their population have been wiped out by Western diseases. And the survivors now live in the protection of a national park. Through countless generations, the Matis people have gained a deep knowledge of their jungle home. They understand how to make use of the poisonous plants around them. The bark of a liana is essential to their survival. Boiled down to a paste, it becomes a powerful nerve toxin known as curare. Curare can act in seconds, paralyzing chest muscles and suffocating victims to death. For the Matis, it makes a perfect weapon for catching the fast and nimble monkeys whose meat they prize. All of South America's primates dwell in the forest canopy, rarely venturing down to the ground. Most eat whatever they come across, from fruit and flowers to insects and sap. In Brazil alone, there are over 100 different kinds of monkey, more than any other region in the world. And 9 new species have been discovered in the last decade. Common squirrel monkeys are one of the most successful. They're found throughout the Amazon. Squirrel monkeys grow up fast, and by 10 months, they've left their mothers. But for a young, inexperienced monkey, life is precarious. There is danger lurking in the forest. The Matis tribesmen are on a monkey hunt. They've already prepared the tips of their arrows with curare. But catching a fast-moving target takes more than a lethal weapon. So they turn once more to the forest plants to gain an advantage. They concoct a solution, mixing ebony plant in a little water. They drip it into their eyes. The procedure is excruciatingly painful. But they believe it will sharpen their eyesight and heighten their senses, endowing them with the stealth of the forest creatures and enabling them to move silently as shadows across the jungle floor. Armed and ready, they head into the forest. Deep in the forest, the young squirrel monkey has been distracted by an insect snack. He's fallen behind the rest of the troop. Below him, a predator stalks. The Matis hunters are on his tail. His speed and agility make him a difficult target. But the hunters are armed with powerful weapons, poison-tipped arrows, plus their deep understanding of the forest. The The animal calls perfected by the martis confuse the young monkey. He's naturally inquisitive and moves closer to the calls. A fatal mistake. The poison brings paralysis within seconds. Life in the Amazon is tough, but the forest provides for all its inhabitants once they master its secrets. But most of the creatures they share the forest with have been here much longer. One of the weirdest has lived here for 3 million years.